Picture this, a bland backyard, just sitting there like an uninvited guest at a party. But wait. Someone decided to spice things up by planting 18 fruit trees and creating a smorgasbord of gardens. Voila! An empty space transformed into a veritable food factory. Talk about a glow-up worthy of an Instagram post. Now, let's dive into the nitty-gritty because not all transformations come without a hitch.
Heavy clay soil? Yikes.
But fear not, our heroes raised the garden beds and added some fancy high-quality soil. It was like giving the plants a spa day. As a result, their growth flourished, and the garden health skyrocketed.
Adaptation score, 10 out of 10.
And speaking of scores, let's talk about frugality like we're in a game show. With community giveaways and a recycling hustle, they kept costs down while keeping Mother Earth smiling. Nothing like a little ingenuity to turn trash into treasure and build a farm that's as sustainable as your aunt's obsession with recycling everything from glass jars to old jeans. In their garden, a fruity fiesta awaits. Mulberries, pears, cherries, and apples all hang out together, creating a diverse and fruitful environment. It's like a botanical version of a potluck dinner. Not only does this diversity make their backyard pop aesthetically, but it also makes for a delicious fruit salad that practically yells, "Eat me." Now, if you think they stopped there, think again. Enter the pomato, a zany grafted plant that's half potato, half tomato, like a garden version of the Avengers. This creative fusion showcases the potential for hybrid plants, proving that with a little gardening magic, you can have your spuds and tomatoes too. Who needs a regular garden when you can have a superhero one? Speaking of efficiency, let's not overlook the DIY modular sprinkler system. This brainchild of resourcefulness makes watering as easy as pie, or should I say as easy as a totally non-existent pie recipe. With this clever setup, they save time and keep the plants quenched. Who knew garden maintenance could involve less hosing down and more lounging in the sun? Between salad greens, edible flowers and herbs, this garden is like a Michelin star restaurant waiting to happen. Variety is the spice of life, and when it comes to gardening, it's also a recipe for success. It's like a mini United Nations of plants, where every flavor gets a seat at the table. Now, let's shake things up a bit with some buckets. Yes, you heard that right. Potatoes in buckets? That's right. This cunning planting method not only maximizes yields but also makes harvesting easier than falling off a log, provided that log isn't wet and slippery, of course. And then there are rain barrels, the unsung heroes of irrigation. With these beauties, they collect water like squirrels hoard nuts for winter. Smart and sustainable, they turn rain into their garden's best friend. Move over, garden hose, it's time for a rain dance, folks. Ever find a door lying around and think, I should plant flowers in that?
No?
Just me? Well, this speaker repurposed a found door and stained glass windows for their gardening area, flexing their creativity and DIY skills. This is proof that one person's junk could be another person's botanical paradise. And if that's not enough innovation for you, they also built a solar-powered pop can heater for the seedlings. Yes, you heard correctly, pop cans. This nifty invention is like a cheap date that keeps the seedlings cozy and warm. Take that, winter. In the spirit of sharing, they've been participating in seed exchanges and saving seeds from their bountiful harvest. This practice not only boosts biodiversity but also turns them into local garden legends. Who needs superheroes when you've got gardeners armed with heirloom seeds? Now, let's talk about food preservation techniques. They've become canning and freezing experts, ensuring their harvest doesn't go to waste. It's like turning a one-night stand with veggies into a lifelong commitment. Nothing says, I love my garden, like home-canned salsa sitting proudly on the shelf. But gardening isn't all sunshine and roses. Weather-related challenges can throw a serious wrench into the gardening plans, especially in those steamy summer months or during torrential downpours. It's a constant battle that requires vigilance, like trying to keep your cat off the kitchen counter. And let's not forget the pests. Japanese beetles and raccoons can be real party crashers. But through creativity and some questionable decision-making, hello, plastic owls. They keep those pesky invaders at bay. Because if you can't scare them off, you may as well entertain them, right? Setting up bird deterrents like those aforementioned owls makes pest management a little smoother. Less stress for the garden means happier plants and pollinators. Who knew that a little plastic bird could make such a big difference in the plant world? And speaking of pollinators, establishing a pollinator garden with native plants is like throwing an all-you-can-eat buffet for the local insect crowd. This vibrant setup not only enhances biodiversity but also welcomes the winged heroes essential for keeping our ecosystem buzzing. Everyone gets a slice of the pie. Finally, combining artistic expression with gardening creates a unique landscape that not only reflects personal creativity but can also involve the community. Picture art-related events where neighbors gather, share ideas, and let's be honest, sip wine while pretending to know how to garden. It's not just a garden, it's a social extravaganza.